I really can't hear. Baka it's a volume? No.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the HR Cafe. Trabaho buat iba pa. Today is November 12 and we're now at episode 155 of the HR Cafe program. My name is Coach Darwin Rivers and let's start our program. So as mentioned, my name is Coach Darwin. I'm the founder and president of the Philippines HR Group. I'm a certified life coach, a public speaker, motivational speaker, and HR consultant. I'm also the VP for HR for one of the BPOs here in the Philippines. And joining me for today would be Mentor Tina Coang. Mentor Tina is a operations and HR leader with broad local and overseas experience. She's a general manager and VP HR of her own company. She has a retail company and soon to open food and beverage company. She's well known for her online content and blog, tinainmanila.com, and she's one of LinkedIn's top 100 women to follow. Mentor Tina, good afternoon. Magkasama lang tayo kahapon. Mentor Tina, you're on mute.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the HR Cafe. I'm very happy to be here with you, Coach Darwin. And for all those who are watching, like for example, Daday Salahedinho, who's watching from Paranaki, please give us a shout out at the show.
Okay. And our other mentors Rodel Ferentino, who has more than 20 years of HR practitioner experience. She's a president of CEO and Opera Social Geekers. She's also a public speaker and HR consultant and also one of LinkedIn's top 100 Filipinos to follow. Unfortunately, she won't be able to join us. Also, another mentor in the HR Cafe would be Mentor Alan Cañete, who's an HR learning and development and OD practitioner who has more than 30 years of corporate and freelance consulting experience. Mentor Alan is a director of Creative Moves Outsourcing and also one of the board of directors of the Phil HRG. Mentor Rona and Mentor Alan will be joining us for today, but I'm happy, of course, that Mentor Tina is here with me kahit magkasama lang kami kahapon. Napaka-busy niyan si Mentor Tina. After nung talk niya sa Alabang, meron pa siyang hosting gig in Makati. Nakita ko yun. So, let's start our program. Here at the HR Cafe, we provide timely news and updates. We also impart knowledge and experience that are value-adding and beneficial to our audience. We also discuss problems and issues and challenges and provide answers and resolutions on different HR and people topics. We provide weekly free training at iyan po ang nasa second part ng program. Ang ating topic for today is about transformative HR. This is one of the newest, parang very latest HR program or HR topics na talagang nauuso ngayon. So we'll learn more about HR, transformative HR later. We have a special guest, Mike who would be discussing about it. So at the second part of the program, we normally provide free training, and this is through our experts and seasoned guest resource speakers. And we also discuss new technology, tools, and processes, as well as industry's best practice. Alam niyo po, dito sa HR Cafe, ang layunin lang po naming mga mentors at ng buong Philippines HR group is to bridge understanding between employers and employees and provide inspiration and motivation. So, Mentor Tina, let's start our program by, of course, our quote for the week. And for this particular week, episode 155, since we've been doing this for more than 3 years, this quote is coming from John Maxwell. John Maxwell is a globally known thought leader, motivational speaker. He's an author of best-selling books. And according to John Maxwell, change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Let me just repeat this. Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Mga nanonood at nakikinig sa amin ngayon sa aming live sa HR Cafe, inaanyayahan po namin kayo. Isulat nyo po sa comment section, how does this particular quote resonates to you? Ano pong ibig sabihin ng quote na to para sa inyo? Para po ma-share naman natin sa ating community at para po yung ibang tao ay matuto rin sa ating mga nalalaman sa ating sa ating interpretasyon tungkol sa quote na to. But let's start with our mentor Tina. Mentor Tina, John Maxwell.
Yeah, I'll give you a good analogy. Kasi kanina may nakausap ako, kinakwento daw niya yung anak niya na parang nag-graduate na. Yung anak niya, nag-graduate, may jowa. Tapos yung jowa nila, 7 years na silang magkasama. Tapos throughout that 7 years, yung babae, so pareho silang nag-graduate, pareho silang may dreams after sila nag-graduate, diba? So the girl actually took up her CPA, got her CPA license, started working for a very large accounting firm, became an auditor, started to do this, started to do that. So there, over a span of 7 years, there was a lot of growth. Eh yung lalaki naman, nung una gustong mag-medicine, pero hindi natuloy. Later on, gusto niya mag-seaman, hindi naman din natuloy. So he started working for somebody and stayed there for 7 years and never really growing, never really learning. So at the time, magpropose na yung guy. Kasi syempre pagmamahal, hindi ba? So sabi ng family, you have to be very careful kasi in life, if you don't grow, change will happen, but you will get left behind. Ulit natin ha. In life, if you don't do anything, diba? Kahit yung mukha mo tatanda, yung pera mo, bababa yung value, yung buhay mo, like everybody is progressing, pero ikaw nandun ka pa rin. And I think we need to be very conscious that you cannot get back time. And if you don't do certain things today, if you don't save up today, if you don't buy a house today, if you don't learn today, later on, diba, everyone is there and you're left behind. Diba, the stuff that you need to do in your 20s, it's better you do it on your 20s. If you do, and then after that on the 30s, I think success is progressive, meaning to be like, if you work marginally a little each day, from the time that you were young, that effort will mean so parang multiple times when you reach 5 or 10 years or 20 years from now. So the worst thing you can do in life is to actually do nothing. Do nothing with your individual growth. Do nothing with your money. Do nothing with your career. Do nothing with your learning. Because when you look back in your life 20 years from now, you will realize you've actually achieved nothing, which is fine if that's what you really want. Wag lang tayong mainggit sa mga taong na may maliit-liit na ginawa araw-araw na nakarating na sa isang parang mas magandang lugar na pinang-iinggitan natin ng lahat. Right? You have to be conscious. If maiinggit ka lang din, you have to understand that you need to take action today. Pero if you sabi mo, I really don't need anything, I just need a happy life, hindi ako maiinggit, then just stay. Mag-video games ka, diba? Maglawag ka, bilhin mo kung anong gusto mo. Huwag ka na mag-save, diba? Like if that's really your peg, you don't have to work for the future. But if you want to be more than what you are today, you need to start today. Because those little things that you do, yung kunyari, pagpunta mo sa isang HR Summit conference, pagpunta mo sa isa pang HR Summit, these little things that you think that parang, ay, wala lang, actually steps up to a greater success later on. Malay mo sa mga conference na yan, ma-meet mo yung future boss mo. And all of a sudden, magkaroon ka pa ng double salary mo, right? Like you step up because you do something. But if you do
Agree,
nothing,
agree.
you will also achieve nothing. How about you, Coach Dar?
Well, before I say my thoughts about this particular walk for the week, hayaan mo munang batiin ko, Mentor Tina, yung mga taga-subaybay natin ngayon. We have
Mm.
Lulette Canatero. Lulette, I
Mm.
don't know where you are watching, but thank you very much. We also have a Facebook user, hindi ko makita yung kanyang pangalan,
Francisco
pero hello po.
Rivers. Yan.
Kapatid ko pala
Francisco
yan.
Rivers.
My brother who's coming here in Manila in a few weeks. We have Jem CC, who, hi, Coach Darwin, Mentor Tina, and nice to learn from you yesterday. Oh, nako. Hello po, Jem. Maraming salamat po at nakapakinig po kayo. Nakita niyo po kung gaano ka-active si Mentor Tina kahapon. Napakataas ng energy ni Mentor Tina kahapon. At lalim na kanyang shinare sa kanyang topic yesterday. So thank you very much po at nanonood kayo ngayon. We also have, aside from Jem, we also have Trisha Athena. We also have Dea Kapagas. So inaanyahan po namin kayo. Please, sabihin niyo po sa amin kung ano pong name nyo or kung nasaan po kayo sa ang part ng Pilipinas o ng mundo at kung maaari kung anong company kayo para mag-greet naman po namin kayo. Okay, si Lulette daw, taga GMA Cavite. Nako, maraming salamat. So let's go to our wow quote for the week, Mentor Tina. Change is inevitable, growth is optional. For me, this is a reminder of us about three things: evolution, time, and choices. Evolution because everything evolves. Everything around us evolves. Even us, we started as a single cell organism. Ngayon, di ba, we evolved throughout millions of years. We are now a human coming from single cell organism. Evolution is something that it changes everything. Time, sabi nga ni Mentor Tina, ang time kasi isa yan sa pinakamahalagang bagay na hindi natin mababalik. We should always remember how to use our time effectively at talagang we value time. And of course, choices. Choices is something that we need to be reminded who we are right now and who we will be tomorrow is a product of our choice. So kung sabi nga ni Mentor Tina, kung ang choice mo mag-slack ka ngayon, huwag kang magtrabaho, i-enjoy mo lang life, choice mo yan. Kung ayaw mo mag-grow, choice mo yan, di ba? But if you will be looking into evolution, time, and choices, this particular quote by John Maxwell reminds us that ang buhay patuloy lang yan. Patuloy na dadaan sa atin. Yung kung sino tayo, choice na natin yon. Choice na natin kung gusto natin mag-grow, gusto natin matuto, gusto natin maabot yung mga pangarap natin, hindi lang para sa sarili natin, kundi para sa pamilya natin at para sa mga mahal natin sa buhay. Now, your choices and how you use your time and how you appreciate how your life evolves depends on your appreciation of your life. So, Mentor T and I is reminding everyone, please, change is something that is a law of nature. It's a law of the universe. But your own growth is your decision. Always make a decision every day to be better than who you are yesterday. So that's our reminder to everyone. Also, a shout out to JVC. According to JVC, don't blame anyone if one doesn't choose to grow. Totoo naman po, we're not blaming anyone if they choose not to grow. Again, sabi ko nga, it's their choice. But of course, if you choose not to grow, you also don't have the right to tawag ito, sisihin ng ibang tao
To
or ang
blame.
situation, 'di ba? Ang situation mo kung bakit ka nandiyan. Hindi mo pwedeng sisihin ng mga magulang mo, ang mga kaibigan mo, ang society kung bakit ka naghihirap, kung bakit ka may problema, 'di ba? It's a two-way street. Your environment changes. It's up to you if you would be growing with that change. According naman kay Charmaine, who's watching in Quezon City, grabe, quote for the week pa lang, panalo na po ang reminders and thoughts from the mentors. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Charmaine Ignacio. Again, a reminder for everyone, always choose to grow every day. According to Marie Chris Salon, Coach Dario Metertina, I'm watching from Manila. Hello po, Maris. We also have a Facebook user. Hello po sa lahat ng mga Facebook users. Hindi ko po makita kung sino po kayo, pero maraming salamat po sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta sa aming programa
Sir
over the past
Ekon
3 years.
Malik.
Who's
Sir
that?
Ekon Malik yun.
Si
Sir
Ekon
Malik.
pala. Ekon, I haven't seen you for the longest time. Let's have coffee soon if you're here in Marikina or when you're in Tagaytay. Okay? Kay JVC, tandaan, ang height lang ang limited to grow, hindi po ang character. Totoo naman yun. Ang height lang daw ang nililimit sa growth. Pero ang character, it's really a choice of us. Chen Caballero is watching from Davao, so Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta sa HR Cafe. Okay? Now, let's go to our HR question for the week. Mentor Tina, this is about leaves, mandated leaves naman, yung service incentive leave. Pwede ba daw itong i-carry over sa following year kung hindi ipapagamit o hindi magagamit ng isang empleyado? Are service incentive leaves be carried over to the following year? That's the HR question for the week. Now, Mentor Tina is a general manager of a retail company and soon, food and beverage company. Supportahan po natin. Malapit po mag-open ng F&B branch ni Mentor Tina. I-announce lang po namin yan. Kaya pumunta po kayo. Supportahan natin siya. So, Mentor Tina, marami kang mga tao under your company. SIL.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on it?
It is, okay. Service incentive leave is a mandated right that's given to employees after 1 year of service. So basically, after your first year birthday in working in the company has to give you 5 days. Okay? Yan po yung right. They can give you more than 5 days. Some people are lucky enough to have 15 vacation leaves or 15 sick leaves. That's fine. Pero the law only mandates hindi pwedeng bumaba ng 5. Now, you can convert those service incentive leave to cash at the end of the year or upon termination. So, if it's not availed, convert it to cash. Pero kung sana naman, that's the reason nga na meron tayong service incentive leave is para magamit siya.
Correct.
Kung hindi naman ninyo gagamitin, diba sayang naman, get the cash, right? Kayo,
Correct.
Coach Darwin, anong leave policy po ninyo?
Well, sa different companies na I had the opportunity to work in the BPO industry and also other industries, iba-iba talaga ang leave policies eh. Pero particularly for SIL, of course, we follow what the law says. The law says that tama ka nga 1 year or 12 months, dapat 1 year consecutive work or 12 months consecutive work. Doon ka mabibigyan ng 5-day service incentive leave. Yung 5-day service incentive leave na yun, pag hindi yun nagamit, kino-convert yun sa cash. Yung hindi ko pwede i-convert sa cash, ito yung mga more than 5 leaves at yun yung susundin yung policy ng company, yung tinatawag nilang leave policy ng company. Kung ang leave policy ng company, meron kayong SIL, meron kayong VL, meron kayong SL, sick leave and vacation leave, tapos meron pa kayong birthday leave or other leave incentives, yung mga yon si company ang magtatakda kung i-convert or i-carry over sa following year. Pero yung service incentive leave po ay talaga pong kino-convert po yan at the end of the year. Pero yun nga, sana paggamit nyo na lang kasi 'di ba, kaya nga binibigay ang service incentive leave is para makapagpahinga, mag-refresh, kumbaga makapag-refresh yung ating mga empleyado. Okay, so that's
it. Pa ko ng konti, ha? Sabi po dito is, a lot of people think that service incentive leave is is for everyone.
Mhm.
Hindi totoo yon. May mga tao talaga na exempted from getting the 5-day service incentive leave. There are some companies that do not give, and that is perfectly legal. Pero you must be a government employee.
Like,
If you are a kasambahay or a family driver, that doesn't fall into that. If you are a manager, or a staff or a supervisor handling people, yung totoong manager, hindi yung tinawag lang ng manager ha. Field personnel that hindi binabantayan yung time. Those who have more than 5 day of vacation leaves already as given by the company, and those who have less than 10 employees. So kunyari ang company mo, 5 lang kayo, hindi mandated, right, ang 5-day service
SIL.
incentive leave.
Mm-mm.
Now, there is a caveat with regards to SIL. May mga company na dapat magbigay, pero hindi nagbibigay. So, ngayon, nireklamo ng tao, after years of service, yung SIL na yan, na hindi binibigay ng company. Pag hindi po binigay na kailangan ibigay, at nagreklamo kayo sa DOLE at sa NLRC, the company is obliged to pay you that
Correct, of
equivalent
course.
amount. Hindi ibig sabihin, ay kasi hindi ka nagreklamo, ngayon ko lang nagreklamo. So yung 15 years mong pinasok, hindi na yun kasama.
Mm-mm.
Kasama pa rin, babayaran dapat ng company mo yan. Kasi that is really your right that you need to get. Okay? So
Agree.
that's lang tayo. Kasi akala ng tao,
Oo.
kasi dapat dati 10 years na ako, dapat nakuha ko na yun, pero hindi pa binigay sa akin. You have the right to claim it kasi that is a mandated right for you.
Agree. Pero ano,
Mm.
another reminder din sa ating mga employees, sa ating mga
Mm.
HR, ang
Mm.
service incentive leave po, yung 5 days, pag meron na po kayong, pag ang company nyo nagbibigay ng more than 5, for example, meron
Mm.
kayong
Mm.
10 SL at 10 VL, i-assume
Mm.
nyo na po na doon sa 20 na leaves nyo, 5 doon
Mm.
is dapat service incentive leave. So 5
Mm.
doon, yung automatic kailangan yung i-convert into what you call this, to cash at the end of the year. May tanong dito si Yvette. Actually hindi siya tanong. It's a comment. Gone are the days when HR is using traditional approach. Now is more of an agile approach. That's very true. Hindi na po traditional ang HR ngayon. Dapat agile tayo because the business and our economy is evolving. The business is changing. It's growing. So as HR people, we need to be agile. Tanong po ni Jeanette Remolador, but it's prorated, right? If the employee regularized siya at the middle of the year. Alam niyo
Hmm?
po, ang
Hmm?
service incentive leave, ang counting po niyan from the time na nag-start si employee plus 12 months
1
or
year.
1 year. Oo,
Oo.
1 year. Hindi po yan, hindi niya kinakount po, hindi po siya kinakount ng, na-regularize ka na ng 6 months, pwede mo na magamit. Hindi po yon. Ang nasa batas po is yung SIL specific hindi yung leave credits nyo. SIL specific. Kasi yung leave credits are company initiated benefits. Pero pag SIL, mandated benefits yan ng government. Yung SIL, magagamit ko lang yan after 12 months or 1 year.
Yes. Yes. Kasi
Oh.
some people confused. Maraming mga company na nagbibigay ng leave upon regularization at 6 months. That's
Mm-mm.
not a service incentive leave. That's a company given leave. And that's
Correct.
bahala po sila. You get
It will follow the
SIL.
policy.
Correct. So, one year birthday ninyo, makakakuha kayo ng 5 days. Ngayon, what if nagtrabaho kayo ng 1 year, 6 months, tapos nag-resign ka? Yun yung prorata, na dagdag na service incentive na makukuha mo sa final pay mo. But hindi siya at 6 months pa lang ng tenure, 3 months, parang makukuha mo 2.5 days na. Hindi ganun yun. Lalagpas ka dapat ng 1 year,
1
saka
year.
napapalo ang service incentive leave, and prorata siya after that 1 year.
Correct. Another comment here. This is coming from Jem. Si Jem yung isa sa mga nag-attend ng HR Calabarzon event yesterday. Mentor Tina says, be intentional. Growing is intentional as well. People may opt to stay from where they are or be intentional to develop skills and growth. That's very true. Again, it's a choice. Your growth, your life condition, everything about who you are is a choice. So, maski nga po yung mga sakit natin, choice na rin po natin. Kasi remember, kaya ka nagkasakit kasi it's either hindi maganda yung health, yung eating habits mo, hindi maganda yung life habits mo, di ba? It's our choice. So, we have to be very careful on our daily choices. Especially in your career. Everything in your career is a choice. Magsistay ka ba sa isang kumpanya na hindi ka na nag-grow at wala ka ng growth both on your talent, career development and your financials? Or would you search for a company that will be able to give that particular growth that you're wanting in life? It's really a choice. Mentor Tina, alam mo, nakakagulat na nasa almost 100 na yung nakikinig sa atin ngayon sa live. Maraming salamat po. Let's go to our updates, government updates. So, sa DOLE, of course, DOLE has issued Labor Advisory number 24. Ito po yung reminder po kung paano po babayaran yung mga non-working days so October 30th, November 1, and November 2. Paalala lang po, yung November 27 na holiday, which is a regular holiday, kaya po siya holiday kasi pinagbaliktad po yung November 30 na holiday, ginawa po siyang November 27. Kasi yung November 30, nasa midweek po siya. So, di ba meron tayong holiday economics na which is actually coming from GMA during the time of GMA. So, which inadapt po ni Marcos Jr. So, minove po ang holiday ng November 30, kaya po regular holiday ng November 27. So, long weekend na naman po, Saturday, Sunday, which is November 25, 26, tapos 27 is a holiday. So, yun. That's a reminder for everyone kasi baka magtanong, anong holiday yung November 27? Ang holiday po ng November 27, yan po yung talagang Andres Bonifacio's Day yon, di ba? If I'm not mistaken. That's the holiday on November 13 and nilipat sa November 27. Now, para din po sa lahat ng mga companies, paalala lang po, nagpalabas na po ang Malacanang Office of the President ng list ng regular holidays at special holidays for 2024. Ang wala lang po dito sa listahan na to ay yung mga holidays na nagbabago tulad po ng mga Muslim holidays, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Kasi po yung mga holidays ng Muslim ay nakasalalay po yun sa facing ng moon. Hindi naman po mahuhulaan kagad kung ano yung facing ng moon, anong date siya papatak. So, let's just be reminded that the regular special holidays, additional holidays in 2024, hindi pa po kompleto yan kasi i-announce po yung iba pong holidays tulad ng mga Muslim holidays. Okay? Mentor Tina, another one from Dole would be paalala lang po, sinabi po ng Dole na kailangan po magbigay ng 13th-month pay bago mag-December 24, 2023. Ito po ay paalala galing kay Secretary Benvenido Lacuesma. Ito po ay nilabas last week lang, Labor Advisory number 25, series sa 2023, na nagpapaalala na based on the Labor Code, Presidential Decree number 851, hindi po dapat lalagpas sa December 24 ang pagbibigay ng 13th-month pay. Kaya po paalala po yan at sinasabi lang po ng Dole na hindi po sila mag-a-allow ng any deferment or exemption. Kasi noong mga nakaraang taon, lalo ng pandemic, Tina, may mga companies na nag-apply for deferment or exemption ng pagbibigay ng 13th-month pay. Ito yung mga companies na talagang nalugi dahil sa COVID-19 pandemic. Pero dahil normalize na po ang economy natin ngayon, paalala na po ng Dole, kailangan po bago mag-December 24, nabigay nyo na po ang 13th-month pay ng mga tao. At wala na pong exemption na ibibigay si Dole. Pag lumagpas po kayo December 24 at hindi nyo pa po nabibigay ang 13th-month pay ng mga tao, po pwede po kayong mareklamo sa NNRC at sa Dole. Yan po ang paalala ng ating Dole. Now,
pero reminder lang, di ba, for 13th month pay. Again, not only rank and file is mandated to get it.
Yes, only rank and file. Or if you've already been, it's already a practice by the company.
Yes.
Paski ang mga managers ay binibigyan ng 13th month pay. Sa batas po kasi natin, sa labor code po natin, hindi po talaga required na bigyan ng 13th month pay ang mga managers pataas. Kaya po
Yes.
magkaiba ang sahod ng managerial level at rank and file.
Yes.
Now, pero po, ang nangyari po kasi over the past few decades, kailangan po maging competitive ng mga companies. So, nag-decide po ang mga companies na ibigay na rin natin ang 13th month pay para sa mga managers natin para wag po silang lumipat. Kasi ang mga managers and up level, mga ano sila critical employees ng organization. Kasi 'di ba, mahirap kang mawala ng presidente, ng VP, ng manager, 'di ba? So, para hindi sila umalis, nag-decide yung mga company na, sige, bigyan na natin sila ng 13th month pay. This is really more of a decision of the company to be more competitive. But the law states that only rack and file should be
Yeah.
given 30 pay. But if you're already doing it, and if it's already reflected in your contract, hindi nyo na po pwedeng baguhin. Okay? So
Yes.
that's something that we would remind everyone. Meron din namang question dito galing kay Eunice Baleta. Confirm ko lang po, SIL. Kasi po sa company namin, every end of the year, may payout sa remaining leaves. At nagre-reset na siya sa January. If ganon, kung 8 months pa lang employees by January 1, pwede po bang prorated na 8 months worth ibibigay sa kanila na leave for the year? That is something that you need to discuss with your HR. Kasi yung batas kasi malinaw yan. SIL is 12 months or 1 year.
12 months. Ano, put it this
12.
way. If if the company policy is company policy, they can give how many leaves they want and call it whatever they want. They can call it a unicorn leave, okay? But the service incentive leave is given after 1 year. On your 1 year anniversary, you get 5 days. So, it is not required for the company to give you any leaves before your 1 year work anniversary. 1 year work anniversary. Before that, dapat wala silang ibinibigay na leave. Hindi prorata, hindi kalahati, wala. Pero kung magbibigay ang company ng quote and unquote unicorn leave, bahala po sila. But that's not what a service incentive leave is. It's another leave that is called by a name given by the company. If they want to call it service incentive leave, that's fine. But it is not the same as the SIL that is required by the government because it's 1 year talaga. Then yun yung 1 year, yun yung 5-day service incentive leave na rini-require. Yun.
Okay, we have
Diba?
120 people in our live right now. Nako, napakarami pong gustong matuto ngayong araw na to. Maraming salamat. Meron pong question na naman dito. Oh no, it's actually from Blesilda Samonte Haranilla who's watching from Pagsanhan, Laguna. Napakaganda po ng lugar na yan. Meron naman pong question. Meron po bang penalty from DOLE na di sumusunod sa releasing ng last pay within 30 days? Opo, may penalty po ang binibigay ang DOLE para po sa mga companies na hindi nagbibigay ng final pay after 30 days. Pero may caveat po yan. You have to remember na kahit na may labor advisory about 30 days to release yung 30-month pay, pag hindi po kayo complete ng inyong clearance sa company, po pwede pong idahilan ng company na maging reason para hindi ibigay ang inyong final pay. Kasi po, meron pong jurisprudence sa Supreme Court na nagsasabi na hindi po pwedeng ma-release ang full and final pay nang meron pang accountability si employee. So kung may accountability si employee at hindi pa siya nakiklear ng company, po pwedeng i-withhold ng company yung kanyang final pay. So
I want to add something lang, Coach Dar. Kasi a lot of people think that complaining to DOLE, so nagreklamo ka, nag-fill up ka ng SINA form, tapos pinadalhan na ng sulat yung company mo. Pinapa-meet kayo either by Zoom or physically on site. A lot of people think na pag nag-meet kayo ng company dahil nagreklamo ka, aabutan ka na kaagad ng pera ng company and bibigyan ni DOLE ng penalty yung company for not following rules. This is not the case. This is not the case. Pag nag-meet po kayo ng company, It's what you call a mediation. Dole is like a barangay, official that is mediating between you. O, anong problema mo? Ano naman sagot mo? You will be asked to talk and settle your issue together first, at least two times. At most three times. If hindi kayo makasettle, ayan na, baka pe-penalize na. No, hindi pa rin. Wala pa rin penalty. Bibigyan ka nila ng isang love letter na maidadala mo sa NLRC and dun mo i-escalate yung labor complaint mo. Pag mag-NLRC kayo, NLRC will again give both of you the chance to settle before escalating it into a formal complaint.
Correct.
May bibigay na gagawan nila na paraan na maggagawa ka ng position paper and magbibigay ng position paper si company. Pag nagbigay ng position paper ng company, ayan na. Pagbigay ng position paper, may penalty na ba? Hindi pa rin. Dapat, they will see first, babasahin nila yung position paper mo, and then they will make a judgment kung sino yung tama at sino yung may mali. Only then, if there is really fault in the side of the company, then you will be paid what you need to be paid by law. And
Correct.
sometimes it contains nominal damages. Sometimes, mape-penalty yung company. But that comes also after due process. And not necessarily, if you complain, the company will be penalized. Because sometimes, kunyari hindi nila naibigay yon yung final pay. Pagdating ng position paper, binigay na sa'yo na unahan, wala pa ring penalty yon. There has to be a judgment before there is a penalty. And that comes after So, sa mga taong gusto magreklamo, hindi siya magic wand. Pag nagreklamo ka, nag-meet kayo, ayan na, labasan na ng pera. That's what people expect. Or, hingi ako ng 20,000, 100,000, bibigay sa akin kasi magsisettle. That is not the case. There is a process, and payment can be done during mediation, but sometimes you really have to wait for the due process to finish in order to get what is to you. Example lang yun.
Agree. At saka alam niyo po sa mga employees po natin, we just want to inform you na yung mga HR po natin, tinetrain na po yan natin sa Philippines HR Group seminars natin na maging maayos sa pag-document, sa pagharap sa mga kaso. So hindi po sila magka-cower if ever na padala nyo po sila ng DOLE hearing or DOLE notice sa NLRC. Normal na proseso lang po yan para po sa HR.
Yes, that is by law. That's nakasulat po yung process na yan. And sa mga taong nagrereklamo, you have to be careful. Walang record ang DOLE na blacklist kayo. Okay?
Walang ganon.
Wala. However, kung magte-take kayo ng leave para magpunta sa mediation at nalaman ng employer mo na naghihiring ka for DOLE, many of them will not regularize you. Yun lang. Sasabihin ka lang, real talk, di ba? Pag alam nila na may kinakasuhan kang employer, sasabihin nila, unahin mo muna yung kaso mo with your former employer. Tapusin mo muna yung issue mo dyan bago ka mag-continue. Kasi kung absent ka lang para magreklamo para sa ibang company, that means you cannot fit the requirements of regularization. Kasi what we need is complete attendance. So just be careful lang po.
Okay, so let's just continue our discussion. Mamaya po, sasagutin namin yung mga katanungan nyo. Post nyo lang po yan sa comment section, okay? Kasi po, meron po tayong susunod na oras para po sa second round ng ating session. Now, SSS, Mentor Tina.
Now, apparently, kahit malaki ang reklamo natin sa SSS online portal the last couple of days, apparently, SSS tops government agencies with the most resolved complaints, earning a recognition from the Civil Service Commission for achieving 100% complaint resolution rate among government agencies in 2022. So, kung may reklamo kayo sa SSS, mag-issue kayo ng formal complaint. Kasi nakita ninyo, napaka-konti lang talaga ang mga talagang referrals. They've received 556 referrals, broken down into 448 requests for assistance, 67 complaints, 25 status verification. That means, pag nagreklamo tayo, On top naman talaga ang SSS sa resolve.
Mm.
Mag-file na lang tayo kung sakasakaling meron talagang issue sa company today. We should
I just,
complain more.
yes, I believe. Ako, I just hope that SSS has already fixed the issue the past few days na kung saan pag
Hmm.
nag-log in si HR at
Hmm.
magbabayad siya or mag-upload siya ng file, ang nakikita niyang mga pangalan sa system, hindi yung pangalan ng employee niya, kundi pangalan ng ibang company, employees ng ibang company, pati yung record ng ibang companies. So I hope na resolve niyo na po yan kasi for me that's a big issue when it comes to data privacy kasi nakikita po doon pati yung account number ng mga employees ng ibang company. So really hope SSS, kung may nakikinig po sa inyo, alam ko marami po nakikinig taga SSS, I hope that this issue has been resolved already. Okay, next
Next po.
Martina.
Next, SSS is showing that there is actually internship opportunities. You can actually apply for internship at the SSS. The qualifications lang po is that you're taking up a bachelor's degree, 4 year, and then that's a fourth year ka na, that's a third or fourth year ka na, and then you are enrolled in an internship program. You just need to give your resume, a letter of recommendation, a certificate of moral character from your school, and your original and photocopy of your latest school registration card and school ID. O, di ba, napakabilis. You will also know that SSS Employer Portal is undergoing system enhancement. That is the reason why employer services are inaccessible. Sorry daw po, please abangan na lang sa PHRG for more announcement para alam ng lahat na up na siya. I'm sure pag up na siya, ang dami magsasabi na, o sige, mag-log on na tayo. Okay, that's the easiest way kaysa check ka ng check, di ba? Next, pag-ibig po. You can apply for a pag-ibig multi-purpose loan that you can use for anything else. Kailangan mo lang po ng multi-purpose loan application form, one valid ID, proof of income, and if you are already there, apply for a pag-ibig loyalty card plus card. Yon. So, you can use that money for anything. So, aside from SSS, meron po kayong makukuhang pera din sa pag-ibig. But please be careful kasi 10.5% per year ang kanyang interest. Next. Pag-ibig loyalty card has a lot of very good discounts. So at SEDPI, you will get a 90% discount on webinar fee. On World of Fun, you're going to get a five free tokens. McDonald's, you get 5% off. Home Depot, you get 5% off. So even if it's not a primary ID, there is still a lot of benefits in getting a
Benefits.
Pag-ibig loyalty card. Please get one today. Hindi po siya mahal. Mabilis lang po siya kunin. Just inquire sa Pag-ibig branch ninyo. Next po. Like what I said, you get a 15% discount on Enchanted Kingdom and a 5% discount on the restaurants inside Enchanted Kingdom. Malapit na magpasko, punta ka na Enchanted Kingdom. It's not bad. It's really
Correct,
not
correct.
bad. Really not bad.
Actually,
Diba?
maraming
So,
companies ang nag-family day or
yes.
Christmas party sa Enchanted. I
Yeah.
remember before pandemic nagkaroon tayo ng HR day sa Enchanted Kingdom. Naku, na-miss
Mhm.
po namin 'yon. Sa mga HR po ng Enchanted Kingdom, I hope maulit po yung HR day na 'yan. We're
Mm.
looking forward to it.
Next po, ang Pag-ibig, Pag-ibig is also providing a lot of housing loan. Property prices are rapidly increasing in the Philippines. The government is increasing the zonal value of properties as we speak. This year, certain areas in the Philippines, that is 60,000 lang. In 1 year time, naging 125,000 per square meter siya. What I'm saying is, there is no better time to buy a home than today. And Pag-ibig gives you the opportunity to buy property cheap, parang, and have access to that type of cash up until 6 million pesos. You can use that loan for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. Please, please remember, if you want advice, buy a house if you can today, because 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, that house that you buy today will be worth so much more. Don't leave your kids money if you can. I mean, give enough, keep enough money so may savings kayo, may pangkain kayo. Pero yung papamana mo, lupa na lang. Kasi paglaki ng anak ninyo, yung lupa na yan ang magpapakain sa
Billions.
pamilya niya. Multi-millions talaga. Ang
Billions.
dami kong na-meet na seller na ang iniwan sa kanila ng tatay nila is lupa. And yung
Correct,
lupa na yun,
correct.
sobrang tumaas ng presyo na kayang panghatian ng 5 hanggang 8 magkakapatid. Ay,
Agree.
ganun kalaki siya. Next po.
Okay. Ako na dito, Mentor Tina.
Oh,
So PhilHealth, for November, sa buwan po ito, November 2023, pinapaalala po ng PhilHealth na we are celebrating the 31st National Children's Month. At napakarami pong Z benefits ng manggagaling sa PhilHealth para po sa ating mga kabataan. Meron po silang surgery na nag-range from 320,000 up to 500,000. Meron din pong development of disabilities and mobility improvement from 5,000 to 163,000 at meron pong visual impairment 9,000 to 31,000 at hearing impairment from 53,000 to 67,000 plus. So, napakarami po mga benefits ito, including na po dito yung general mental health services para po sa mga bata. Ito po ay 9,000 per year at ang special mental health service package na nakakahalaga naman po ng 16,000 per year. Napakaliit lang po ng ating contribution sa PhilHealth pero napakalaking tulong po ito sa oras sa pangailangan. Kasi kahit meron po kayong HMO, ang mga ospital po ay kinakaltas muna ang PhilHealth benefits bago yung HMO benefits. So makakatulong po ito sa inyo para mas ma-maximize nyo po yung healthcare benefits ninyo. Now, para po sa mga katanungan regarding the benefits in PhilHealth, you can email them at actioncenter@philhealth.gov.ph. There's also a callback channel at 0917-898-7442. You can also check the official social media of PhilHealth in Facebook and Instagram and in YouTube. Okay. Also, with regards to mental health, we're reminding all the members of the Philippines Asia Group that they can use Infinite Care application because we have a partnership between Infinite Care and Philippine HR Group. So, mag-download lang po kayo sa Apple app or sa app market ng Infinite Care at application at mag-sign up po kayo at ang gamitin niyo pong password ay PhilHRG Inc. Magagamit niyo po ng libre ang application ng Infinite Care. You will get personalized healthcare tools, chat helpline, and virtual sessions coming from licensed counselors, psychologists, and coaches. Also, we would like to remind everyone sa mga gusto pong matapos ang taon na mag-invest po sila sa kanyang learning about HR. We have an HR core program this coming November 18 and 19. This is Saturday, Sunday. At this is a 2-day intensive HR program that will discuss about total rewards, labor relations, acquisition, and learning and OD. Kami po ay magiging facilitators ng 2-day HR Core program. So makita-kita po tayo. At para naman po sa mga companies na gustong magkaroon ng training program ang kanilang mga supervisors and managers, the Philippine HR Group is now offering LEAD program or Leadership Empowerment and Accountability and Diversity program. This is also a 2-day learning program, training program for leaders and managers, department heads. If you're interested, please reach out to the Philippines HR Group email, which is philippines.hrgroup@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us on the mobile numbers reflected in the poster. At yung mga sign-up sheet po nito, nasa pin post po ng PhilHRG. Okay? Now, if meron po kayong mga questions about anything HR or people related, please, we invite you to post it at the main page at the Philippines HR Group Facebook page. We have more than 330,000 members in Facebook, and we also have a growing community in LinkedIn. Nasa 40,000 na po sila. So please join us both in LinkedIn and in Facebook. Also, as promised earlier, the topic for our second session is really more about transformative HR. So sa lahat po na nanonood, nakikinig ngayon, itag nyo na po yung inyong mga ka-HR na hindi pa po naka-online, i-share nyo po ito sa kanila kasi ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon, episode 155 ng HR Cafe, is about transformed HR in 2024, what is shaping the future of human resources. At ang ating resource speaker ay walang iba kundi si Mike Cantos. Now, for me to properly introduce Mike Cantos is a uh, human capital management trainer at SunFish DataOn Philippines. And SunFish DataOn Philippines is one of our major sponsors in the most recent Philippines HR Group Summit. And he is a established learning and development practitioner. And currently, Mike is an instructor in HR development management partner at the College of Business Entrepreneur at RTU, or Rizal Technological University. He's also one of the college's outstanding faculty members. In addition, he assumed a pivotal role of head of HR para sa Human Resource Development Center, HRDC, na nagtuturo din ng lead sa kanilang university. Mike's previous work has brought him to Sea Oil, National Bookstore, IBM, IOPEX Technologies, and he has been into different facets of HR, including HRIS, recruitment, total rewards, and recognition, and employee engagement. Now po, si Mike ay isang graduate din po ng Ateneo Cord, which he obtained last 2016, and also he's a civil service passer, number 7 po siya, rank number 7 sa civil service noong 2018. So Mike is passionate and his mission is really more of advocating that learning is fun. His dedication to his principle continues to drive his exceptional contribution to the fields of education, human resource management, and personal development. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome Mr. Mike Angelo Cantos. Mike, are you there?
Yes, Coach Darwin, I'm here.
Okay, Mike. So your topic is about transformative HR. Pero Mike,
Yes.
before ka mag-start, before namin ibigay sa iyo ang floor, bakit itong topic na to ang naisip mong i-discuss ngayon sa ating community? We have 100 people, more than 100 people watching us right now, and I'm sure thousands more will be watching us during the replay. Why transformative HR? Why is this important for HR professionals to learn about transform HR in year 2024?
All right, thank you, Sir Darwin. No, first of all, I would like to greet everyone. Good afternoon. No, buti pumunta yung mga hinila kong mga dating estudyante ng RTU, yung mga colleagues ko. No? Thank you very much for attending this session. So to answer the question, transformed HR kasi iba na yung direction ng HR ngayon from administrative to strategic, and ngayon talagang HR is
Transformative na.
Yes.
Okay, yun yung napag-usapan natin kahapon, Mentor Tina, 'di ba? From tactical, strategic to transformative.
Yes.
So, Mike, we'll give you the floor. You have 45 to 60 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, to discuss about transform HR in 2024, shaping the future of human resources, we give you Micheale Angelo Cantos.
All right, thank you. I hope everyone is well this afternoon. So to start with, this 2024 nga, since ngayon, currently patapos na yung 2023, and yung direction nga natin, this 2024, HR will now elevate the work. So we are now seeing fundamental shifts sa pag-drive ng transformation ng HR, and we are seeing 11 trends. No? So I created, actually, yung talk ko is also from, yung source ko is from Eric Volpen, who is also an HR practitioner. So yung yung according sa blog niya, meron siyang 11 trends for HR 2024. So for me, to make it more personalized, to make it something na relatable sa atin na HR practitioners in the Philippines. So I created an acronym dun sa word na transformed. Kasi transformed na nga yung HR natin. Yeah. So meron tayong 11 trends na pag-uusapan natin ngayong hapon. So yung first meron tayong tatlong themes no doon sa 11 na trends. So yung first theme will be HR realigning priorities. So iba na yung magiging priorities natin moving forward no, from 2024 onwards. And then yung next theme will be HR operating model changes. And lastly, for the theme 3, we'll be talking about HR as a force for good. So let's talk about yung first part muna, no? Yung HR realigning priorities. So here, makikita natin yung priorities ng HR will be transforming productivity, resourceful talent acquisition, advancing DEIB commitment, and nurturing climate change leadership. Okay. So, the first one is, yung role ng HR ngayon is undergoing significant transformation in today's business landscape. So, we are now requiring everyone to reconsider the some of HR traditional frameworks. So, marami tayong driving forces with these developments. So, even in global environmental shift to legislative changes, from societal movements to the unexpected stagnation of an entire HR function. So mostly this year, this coming year, and moving forward, yung technology will be integrated into our workplace. So that and it calls for evaluating yung how do we leverage technology to boost worker productivity. Now, it also includes yung workers, paano ba yung mga hidden na workers, yung long time na hidden na workers, and how can we increase yung HR potential impact. So we are aligning priorities. So this 2024, yung HR, as mentioned, we have to align yung priorities natin. This year, this 2024, in which HR is not just adapting. Kasi long time ago, nag-a-adapt lang tayo. But moving forward, we will now spearhead the charge towards a more sustainable, inclusive, and business-focused na future. So first na trend natin is transforming productivity. So we have this significant changes natin in terms of our economies. There are disruptions, technology advancement over more than 20 years. And productivity has always been high on the HR agenda. Lagi siyang nakakasama yung productivity pag pinag-usapan yung HR. So although based on some studies, yung employee engagement, employee experience, yung well-being interventions, they actually led yung highest job satisfaction sa US in the past 36 years. Pero nowadays, hindi na siya ganun ka-successful. Mostly nagpe-fail na yung engagement experience, yung interventions sa yung impact nun sa worker productivity. So, yung little productivity that we are gaining is mostly sa manufacturing. Nakikita siya as efficient yung productivity. But in white collar productivity, sa mga nasa white collar na jobs, nag-flatline siya nung 2008 nung nagkaroon ng financial crisis, So, this provides an opportunity to HR to not just adapt with the changes, but to also spearhead, to provide solution to the challenges that we are facing, most specifically in terms of productivity. So 2024 is the year of productivity. So currently, ngayong sa paparating na taon, nasa crossroads tayo. By looking at the figures sa research, parang 4.5% na lang yung unemployed dito sa Pilipinas. So low na yung unemployment, pero there is an aging workforce and merong systematic lack in terms of technical skills. At the same time, yung mga remote work natin, there's still debate kung kung magre-return pa ba sila sa kanilang sa kanilang workplace amidst productivity concerns. So this is not just a corporate challenge. These being faced as a dilemma by different organizations. So even in other countries such as Australia, yung productivity nila talaga nasa 1.1% na lang, ganyan. Nagdi-decrease nga yung productivity. So these this is an opportunity for us HR practitioners to see and to look into strategies wherein we can see or we can provide support to our employees to enhance their performance and to maintain prosperity, and yung benefits na nakukuha natin out of the productivity of employees. So HR should put renewed emphasis on productivity. Okay? So after all, yung ano natin, yung robust na organizational performance, these are fueled by productivity of employees. And it paves the way for stable employment tsaka competitive wages ng mga employees. Okay? So by echoing this sentiment, they are saying na dapat yung pay should be focused on rewarding productivity. And as we improve yung productivity, of course, pay can rise greater. So very important na ma-ensure natin na employees are really productive. And we believe that by focusing on enhancing productivity, HR, of course, can lay foundation for lasting employee well-being. So ano ngayon yung action natin as HR practitioner? So we have to find ways to increase productivity. Currently, dapat ang natin is really to address the issue, and we have to focus on a more holistic view ng productivity. We have to focus on removing the bottlenecks, formulating yung strategies to improve performance, and of course, rewarding behaviors na nagda-drive dun sa productivity ng mga employees. Data analysis will also have a very big role here. So it's very important that we find ways on how to better, as HR practitioners, we have to become better at measuring actual productivity. Dapat smarter yung goal setting, mas monitor natin yung output, and we can promote yung proven tools that can increase the productivity of the employees. Yung AI, yung GAI or generative artificial intelligence can also play a critical role here in the productivity of the employees. So ngayon currently, yung rampant na sa Pilipinas yung paggamit ng ChatGPT sa business. It was also discussed during the last HR conference. So ngayon, yung business letters, pwede ka na mag-create sa ChatGPT instantly. And ang ganda ng pagka-craft pa nga ng mga memo, mga letters, but of course, subject pa rin siya sa sa paggamit. You have to be responsible in using the AI. But by looking at that, by looking at the figure, by using ChatGPT in business writings, it has reported that there is an increase in productivity by at least 37%. And yung quality ng work in terms of writing, tumaas ng 20%. And another study was conducted, and they actually found out na yung paggamit ng GAI among 5,179 customer support agents sa Fortune 500 na software company, naka-reduce siya ng onboarding time from 10 months to just 2 months. So imagine, more than 500% ng decrease in terms of work. So, nag-increase pa yung kanilang productivity or quality of work by about 30%. So, these productivity gains are actually unheard of and can be revolutionize the way we work. So, we have to the AI is just there, we just have to maximize it. We have to use it smartly. And finally, there is a role for more intentional workforce planning. So, importante na mapaplan natin yung workforce. Some of the bottlenecks, the biggest bottlenecks ng productivity is lack of available and ready talent. And it happens, na kulang yung talents. Meron namang mga hiring na posts, may mga job available, but walang tao na fit dun sa hinahanap natin na skills. So, this could result in significant financial losses kasi may shortages in terms of skills. So, yung mga employers, they could lose trillions of pesos by 2030. So, we have to be proactive, in terms of workforce planning, ma-access natin yung mga talent pools so that we can create yung pipelines na ma-utilize natin agad, immediately. And this will be covered dito sa next natin na trend, which is tapping into the hidden workforce. Ngayon, currently, historically, low yung unemployment. However, yung companies ngayon are increasingly desperate to find talent. And ang daming job postings, ang daming mga job position na vacant, pero walang mahanap nga na tao na na-fit doon sa sa role. And we expect na HR would invest in a workforce that has often been ignored. May mga hidden workforce tayo. Sa US, yung hidden workforce na tinatawag nila is also known as forgotten workforce. So these actually represents yung mga around 14 to 17 ng US workers. Kasama dun yung mga retirees na gusto pa rin magtrabaho, mga caregivers, neurodiverse individuals, yung mga employees or yung people with long-term health problems, including yung nagkaroon ng mga COVID for the long times. Even yung mga ex-inmates, yung mga nakulong before, and people without degrees, yung hindi mga nakatapos ng college, yung mga ganun. So these are also workforce. These are just hidden. We have forgotten them, that they can also provide contribution to the organization. And ngayon, in-encourage sa US, na itap tong mga forgotten workforce na to, lalo na yung mga retirees. And currently dito sa Philippines, may mga opportunities naman sa mga nag-retire na, like sa mga fast food, may nakikita tayo na mga nasa customer service, nagserve ng mga customers. So we can actually maximize this workforce. Importante lang na alam natin din yung policies na we can provide to them, and the opportunity, of course, that we can cater these people. These either already participate in the workforce, but want to work more. Yung mga hourly paid na hourly workers natin, and however, yung iba, they don't want to participate, but they are willing to work under the right conditions. So it's very important that we just place them, ito yung mga right conditions, ito naman yung you can get, from our organization. So we believe that this year, there will be no workforce. Hopefully, sa 2024, no workforce will be forgotten. Lahat sana mabigyan ng opportunity. And then, yung impact nito is yung broaden talent horizons for all the right reasons. Ngayon, sa labor market, we can now tap yung mga forgotten workforce natin for two reasons. Yung una, it makes business sense. Given na yung chronic stage ng labor natin, lalo na sa Western countries, mostly mga 77% ng employers, they would report na ang hirap ma-fill ng mga vacant na roles. Minsan, yung sa 17-year high na hanggang 2030, mahihirapan sila na ma-fill yung mga roles na to. And even 1 in 6 people in the world will be over 60 years. So second is the right thing to do, and great example ng business utility is the inclusion ng policies. It's an opportunity for us to merge yung right thing and then yung policy, yung inclusion. So ito na yung opportunity natin that we can move. We are the first mover to take advantage of this opportunity to tap this forgotten workforce. Okay? And so how are we going to do with this? How are we going to remove the barriers to work? So as mentioned, yung biggest barriers ng forgotten workforce is yung talent acquisition. 38% ng mga candidates sa group na to, they won't even hear back from the employer dun sa mga vacancy na in-applyan nila. And mostly, 70% ng mga companies nga won't provide feedback to employees or to candidates. And hopefully, as HR practitioners, we practice, we provide feedback to our candidates, so that they won't be left hanging. Ano bang nangyari sa application ko? And we can also provide na yung professionalism in our work. As HR practitioners, professionals tayo sa paggawa ng mga trabaho natin. Meron ba dito, have you experienced? Can you comment down? Meron dito na nag-apply na sa kanilang work or nag-apply sa mga work pero never silang nabalikan or hindi na nila alam ano bang nangyari sa application ko, hindi na lang nagparamdam. Kasi mostly, yung spill ng mga HR will get back to you. Pero hindi na nabalikan, nag-ghost. Meron na bang mga nag-ghost dito? Aray. Ouch, na. Okay, so How are we going to remove these barriers to work? So some of the example ng interventions that we can use is inclusive job ads. So in terms of advertisement, we can include these people na they are welcome also to apply in our organization. We provide yung skill-based hiring, equal access din sa training and reskilling programs, and of course, we recognize that transferable skills over experience qualifications. So, malaki din yung role ng technology dito kasi from targeting yung hidden workforce through different recruitment channels na personalized yung onboarding, learning, real-time feedback, at saka on-demand na pay platform. So, yung mga HR technologies, no, may potential to cater yung mga employees unique needs, and of course to empower them to be productive. So, um, so we can also now practice accommodating yung part ng mga ganitong workforce. So we can provide yung less stringent na retirement age, mas inclusive yung benefits, ma-offer natin yung flexible working arrangement pa, and then ma-increase yung office accessibility, and we can promote yung culture of diverse or yung values ng diversity sa organization. So this shift towards recognizing and integrating yung mga forgotten workforce is not just a trend, but of course, this is a necessary evolution in the world of work. Hopefully, mabigyan ng opportunities yung mga employees or yung mga tao na nandito sa workforce na to, kind ng workforce na to. And of course, yung organizations, you can also harness yung potential to have a vast pool, no? Mas maraming talent pool, and this will be better able to address yung mga critical staffing needs natin that are holding them back. Okay? So, example ng example nito is yung DEIB na which is the next trend. So, yung third trend natin is yung third point is advancing, no, DEIB commitment. So, ngayon, ano naman siya, no, alam naman natin, narinig naman natin yung DEI, yung diversity, equity, and inclusion. But this year, the upcoming year, 2024, is actually the year of reinvention ng DEIB. So, yung B doon, diversity, equity, inclusion, and then belongingness or belonging. So, there's actually yung 3 shifts, no, na nag-lead to this point. So yung una, sa US kasi meron silang Supreme Court's ruling na tinatawag nilang affirmative action. So yun, so this actually nag-provide to ng another sa mga employees na hindi magkaroon ng diverse, no, na employees in US. No, so may ganyan silang ruling ngayon, and even so yung rule na to will be carried over sa mga admissions ng colleges. So in companies like yung Amazon, Twitter, tsaka Lyft, nag-laid off sila ng mga DEI professionals. Actually, mga 19% during 2022 hanggang sa, compared din sa previous years, no, nag-laid off sila ng mga DEI professionals. So, with that, yung initiatives ngayon is currently, nagkakaroon siya ng negative na risk na nai-impact yung employee attitude. So, dumadami nga daw yung number ng colleagues na they feel alienated by the organization's DEI efforts. So, based on survey, no, based on the study, ang daming mga peers or maraming colleagues in the organizations na instead of feeling that they belong, that there's belongingness in the organization, the more that nagkakaroon ng divisiveness and resentment sa mga efforts. So, yung diversity din ng mga diversity officers in the organizations, sometimes they don't fit themselves or they fail to see the impact dun sa work nila. So, it becomes a struggle, no, a challenge sa mga organizations. So we have to view yung another approach. How can we create another approach to diversity? So, based on those business cases, no, diversity is really complex. and organization actually sometimes they pay diversity lip service, and then these have been criticized in the public domain, no? So minsan inaano nila na inauthentic naman. So yung example niyan is yung Nike, no, they are supporting yung Black Lives Matter, yun. So sinasabi nila na less than 10% lang naman yung senior VP were black. And then yung mga women at Hearthrow, yung mga ganon. This has been very controversial Pride collection. So what are we going to do with this? So we have to propose systemic na DEIB moving forward sa 2024. We have to ensure na yung DEIB, hindi lang siya high visibility, but instead of leading this to controversy, but we can perceive really yung authenticity na organizations are really providing diversity or embracing diversity, equity, at saka yung belongingness sa mga employees. So for equitable practices, no, we can include yung mga equal access sa training, reskilling, tsaka pay ng mga employees. And HR's voice is very important. So organizations develop a clear stance. Dapat clear yung stance ng organizations dito na ito yung yung stand nila for these specific issues. And of course, there should have been targeted actions. Dapat targeted yung actions ng mga organizations dito sa mga issues na to. So in terms of systemic DIB, meron tayong tatlong components as mentioned. So yung HR voice, we are, as an HR, no, we have to take a clear stand on issues. We collaborate with marketing to authentically address yung DIB in the public domain and making those values a core part of their identity. And then inclusive practices, we focus on establishing equality-driven systems and democratizing access to opportunities. And lastly, yung targeted action. Now, we have to shift to skills-based hiring. Dapat skills-based na we explore diverse talent sources. We use data to reduce bias and ensure that talent sources are broad. All right. So another trend in 2024 is nurturing climate change leadership. So yung role ng HR ngayon in terms of sustainability is actually relatively new, and it's quickly becoming crucial as companies strive to adopt the challenges of climate change, ensuring their workforce is resilient, informed, and prepared for environmental disruptions. Ngayon, yung mga HR professionals, they need to shift their focus to step up to this responsibility as sustainable practices are increasingly urgent for organization. First, no, yung sa Europe part na mga organizations, meron na silang corporate sustainability report. So they are requiring organizations to provide this report, no? So this will improve kasi yung mga companies na they really provide yung sustainability. Meron silang actions na ma-sustain and natin yung mga alleviate natin yung mga climate related risks. And second, ngayon currently yung mga companies in Europe, they are now investing in climate adaptation. So these are just practice of adjusting to the reality of climate change instead of working to mitigate it. Hindi na i-mitigate, but we are just adjusting na there is really climate change. That is the reality as of now. So ngayon, yung mga organization like Unilever, nag-launch sila ng mga water stewardship programs para ma-preserve yung mga water quality, tsaka ma-manage yung mga supply risks sa mga factories. No? Yung Nestle, they are promoting yung mga intercropping para ma-support yung soil fertility, ma-build yung climate change resilient supply lines. And yung Bayer naman, no, they invest in developing seed varieties na more resilient dun sa heat, sa drought, yung wind and flooding. So ngayon, ang role na ng HR, responsible na siya for a large part of this agenda. And they should work to help organization adapt to the new climate reality. So for HR, mas tangible na yung role nila to make a difference in the organization. This means that they have to shift their focus to from more traditional climate mitigation, yung mga strategies doon, into climate adaptation. So yung HR will now play a key role in managing talents, yung mga utilities, even the offices. It will work to prepare, of course, the company for future yung mga climate disruptions and extreme weather events. So ngayon, currently yung ano nila, yung practice nila, instead na yung CHRO, no, pinapalitan na nila ngayon ng name in terms of the position. So instead na CHRO, ginagamit na nila yung CPSO or yung Chief People and Sustainability Officer. So more yung direction is gearing towards sustainability na nga. Moreover, yung mga organizations, they are starting to incorporate yung ESG, no, na metrics dun sa mga scorecard nila. So sa mga scorecard, there is ESG. Yung ESG is yung environmental management, social responsibility, and good governance. So dati, no, social responsibility lang ginagawa. Ngayon, importante na rin yung environmental management and good governance. And one of the organizations who are practicing this is yung Aboitiz. Meron silang ganito na ESG na rating. So, as HR practitioners, yung action natin dito is to embrace yung climate adaptation for future resilience. So, we can include, no, sa sa step natin, una is to conduct yung climate risk audit. I-check muna natin ano ba yung mga climate risk in our organization. And with that, we can define the roadmap. Paano mas maka-adapt yung company sa climate change. So part of the actions can be creating a council on business continuity. We can put also disaster recovery plans in place, which could cover yung mga employees, relocating ng mga employees, kunwari may mga natural disaster, and mag-set up ng mga work locations na ma-accommodate yung mga ganong workers, yung mga victims nga ng mga disasters. And then we can develop and implement yung clear communication strategy that informs stakeholders, including yung mga employees, mga customers, about yung sa adaptation measures natin of climate adaptation measures natin and yung progress natin. Okay? So we are now done with the first theme natin. So as mentioned, yung first theme natin is about realigning yung mga priorities. So yung priority na natin ngayon is to transform yung productivity ng mga employees, mas maging resourceful in terms of the talent acquisition, mas ma-promote natin yung DEIB commitment ng organization na hindi na lang siya lip service na yes, we are embracing diversity, we are embracing equality, pero hindi naman talaga siya nakikita sa loob ng organization. And of course, moving forward, ma-nurture natin yung climate change leadership amongst our employees. So another theme is the HR operating model changes. So now, yung HR is now having its changes also in the operating model. No, yung HR, the way it has operated, has remained mostly same, no, despite dun sa changing world. Ngayon, parang yes, there are changes in HR, pero there are still we can still see yung pagiging stagnant, no, ng HR despite sa changing world and pag-shift ng mga business landscape dun sa nakaraan na 2 dekada. But often HR is really organized to deliver efficient services through specific roles. Nagdi-deliver na lang siya in terms of roles, nadi-divide siya into specialization and client-facing business partners and centralized administrative teams. However, yung adding value, yung truly na nag-add value in today's complex world, it requires integration, integrated solutions rather than separate specializations. This will lead now to consolidating yung centers of excellence into solution areas that drive business impact. So by doing so, this will effectively require yung different skill sets as well as a different value proposition. It will help na mag-compel dun sa communication better both internally and externally. So yung HR is now reclaiming its identity. HR has evolved into a profession that is backed by evidence-based practices, data, and technology that will help achieve the organizational goal. However, we still see ourselves as supporting the business. As HR, we're just supporting the business rather than driving impact. But moving forward, this coming year, this 2024, we are gearing towards providing impact, creating impact to the organization. Tatanggalin na natin yung outdated na self-image ng mga HR na mostly ay na nga, puro ano lang, administrative lang yung ginagawa natin, tactical lang. No? Hindi na lang basta strategic, pero we are now becoming the change agent. Yeah. So, for the next trend natin is now solutions-oriented collaboration. So from silos, we can now become solutions. So yung business models natin will now evolve into becoming more digital and adaptable to the changing needs of the consumers. That's why yung mga siloed and functional nature ng mga models natin, we are now gearing it into delivering cross-functional and integrated business solutions. We believe na in the long run, no, yung evolution na to ng HR, yung operating model ng HR would fit the organization's business strategy. So, sa 2024, no, instead of siloed yung HR services, they begin now to integrate into fully developed solutions. So, ngayon, no, before, functional areas. Currently, yan, functional areas. So, according to research, no, we can now predict na come 2024, there will be 4 areas na mag-start. No? Instead of these many functions or areas ng HR, meron na lang siyang magiging 4 areas. So currently, meron tayong business partnering, HR strategy, organizational development, change management, organizational design, tsaka workforce planning. This can now be one area, one new solution area, yung pwede na siyang tawaging strategy, advisory, and transformation, which focuses sa business transformation and strategic initiatives to realize yung strategy for the people. And then another functional area today, yung employer brand, talent acquisition, onboarding, employee experience, talent insights, employee communications, and marketing. We can create another area, no? One big area for this na pwedeng tawaging awareness and attraction. So, ito naman, itong area na to, it will focus on the integrated awareness and attraction experience based sa levers ng employer brand, no? Candidate experience and onboarding experiences. Another areas, functional areas, yung business partnering, performance, total rewards, well-being and health, DIB, employee experience and analytics. Ngayon, this can be one area na lang, no? Which can also be termed as people experience and culture. So by focusing, this area will focus sa design and implementation ng positive work experience that may appeal sa employees and create productive and inclusive work environment where people would feel that they belong in the organization. And lastly, another function area, no, yung talent management, leadership, development, learning and development, tsaka career management. This can now become a single area which can be called as people growth and enablement. So itong area naman na to, this can focus on motivating, developing, and empowering employees to achieve their potential and capitalize their internal opportunities. So itong mga solution focus na to, yung mga teams na to, this will collaborate closely with HR units within specific business areas. So yung role will be actively participate in and drive the implementation of these solutions alongside the business HR teams. So ano yung actions natin dito as HR? So we can now merge yung critical skills that create an impact. So because of the highly increasing value-driven and business-centric, no, na because of these increasingly value-driven and business-centric, yung every HR professional must now understand how and where they can add value to the business. Ngayon, yun na yung hinahanap eh. Ano ba yung ma-add mo na value sa organization? Ano ba yung something that you can provide to the organization that can add value to it? So business partnering will now become relevant to everyone in HR rather than be reserved for selected few who bear the title. Okay? So This will also be true, no? This will also be true for data literacy. So now, yung ability to develop hypothesis, KPI, mag-set ng KPI, to read and interpret data, communicate data stories, will become critical beyond analytics function. So si HR ngayon should also be data literate. No? Kailangan ma-harness niya yung data literacy niya, which is a very fundamental skill to drive impact in terms of decisions and strategy contribution sa organization. So by adopting these capabilities across the HR roles, organizations will now take few steps towards new multi-skilled HR professional. Hindi na siya specialized lang, but multi-skilled HR professionals that can break yung mga traditional barriers between generalists and specialists. No? So, ma-fix na din natin yung barrier sa generalists and specialists. We can now have multi-skilled HR professional. Ayan. Okay? So, itong shifts na to, these can be our first steps towards HR operational models. Another trend will be forward-looking HR, which means yung HR leans in. As mentioned nga earlier, yung history ng HR, yung function niya has been through various changes. Ang laki ng may mga pagbabago na nangyari from HR or human resources, naging human capital, naging strategic partner, naging people and culture function, and now yung employee experience function. However, yung fundamental shift na yon is beyond a change in naming convention. Hindi lang yung naming convention yung kailangan natin, but really to rebrand and reposition HR to enable and drive business transformations. So for us to provide transformation in business, dapat ma-rebrand talaga yung HR. However, yung HR has not equipped itself to contribute optimally in the past. Diba? Often na-neglect yung skill development, digital adaptation, yung confidence sa own ability to create value, and resulting in transactional and operational burden function. So yung nagiging functional lang, transactional, operational. And based sa mga research, mostly pa rin ng mga HR, yung HR team would focus primarily on process. Mas nakafocus pa rin yung HR. But this 2024, HR will now turn around. It will rediscover its identity and will be leaning into a more strategic conversation. So we have to create a strategic vision for HR. But before HR can lean in, it needs to be clear on three things. Ano ba yun? Yung first, ano ba yung purpose? Bakit ba nag-exist yung function? Second, identity. Sino ba yung HR? Ano ba yung HR? Ano ba yung what it wants to be known for? And third is yung contribution, how it will contribute to collective success. So by providing a clear strategic vision, HR can set priorities and clear boundaries and responsibilities and identify yung skills and behaviors na kailangan to deliver yung priorities na to. And at the same time, yung HR professionals will now be empowered na mas mag-build ng purposeful HR careers. Sadly, pagka nagtatanong ako sa mga estudyante ko before, HR ba yung mo, first choice mo, or ito ba talaga yung gusto mong career? Hindi po. Wala lang pong choice. Kasi po, mahal po yung ganito, wala po kaming pera. So, it's really high time to let people know what HR is really, what HR really is. Ano ba talaga yung HR? Ano ba talaga yung purpose niya? How can we empower yung mga gusto dito sa field natin ng HR. So, dapat ma-stop na natin yung HR is just a support function. We have to claim our identity na HR is a respectful professions with standards na backed up tayo ng data, and we have robust science and recognized yung yung impact natin sa organization. Now, paano tayo magkakaroon ng HR na strategic vision, or why does HR need a strategic vision? So, una, kailangan ma-define nga natin, as mentioned, yung purpose. Why does HR exist as a function? Ano yung identity natin? Who is HR? What does it want to be known for? And lastly, yung contribution. How will HR contribute to collective success? And now we can formulate na yung strategic HR vision that will enable us to set clear priorities and boundaries. Ma-identify natin ngayon yung skills and behaviors needed to deliver these priorities. And of course, we can deliver value in the business. And that's something that we want. No? As HR practitioner, we all want to deliver value to the organization. All right. So, next is orchestrating HR-PR synergy. So ngayon, this 2024, yung HR will meet PR or public relations. So ngayon, currently, pagka may mga natatanggal na mga employees, may mga na-fire na employees, saan yan dumidiretso? Or pagka may mga problems sa organization, inside the organization, saan yan dumidiretso? Magpo-post yan agad sa mga social media accounts. Magra-rant yan sa TikTok, sa Twitter, sa Facebook, na mostly hindi lang isa yung makakakita. Even pag nag-viral yan, 10 million yung views. Ayan. So, makikita ng mga tao, ng mga ng public, no, yung nangyayari dun sa organization. Ganito pala sila sa kumpanya nila. So, pag kayo mga employees, they are discontented with their internal policies and they shared it, no, sa kanilang social media, then it will influence ngayon. Nagiging negative yung branding ng organization. And we can see that, no, in the social media platforms nowadays. People would resort to post something online or magdodole agad diretso or magtutulfo agad without even consulting yung internal HR nila, yung HR itself, no? As more moral and social issues require an organizational response, HR needs to collaborate with marketing to have a PR strategy in place to influence, of course, and control narrative in the public domain. So, para ma-ensure natin na yung mga internal policies inilalabas or nakikita na pangit yung nila, yung policies nila. Yung employees themselves, they are now starting to act increasingly as activists. Nakikita natin na they are becoming activists, nag-share sila comfortably ng kanilang sensitive information publicly. Di ba? These are opposed dun sa mga internal organizational channels to raise their voices. So, I hope we can emerge nga yung role natin as HR sa public relations. So, we have to understand na yung outside world, the way they perceive yung internal policies, yung practices and decisions will become ever more important for HR professionals. Where it used to be PR and marketing departments that they are battling yung mga court of public opinion, it is increasingly now becoming the purview of HR. So, we have to be prepared, no, na actively we can monitor yung employer brand natin, yung perceptions ng mga tao online, and yung ma-preempt natin yung mga response for potential PR issues. This will, of course, will create an opportunity to strengthen din yung mga employer brand natin through authentic na testimonials ng employees, glimpse sa company culture, and highlight innovative HR initiatives. So we can also use yung PR, yung marketing to let everyone know this is how well our branding is. Ito yung ganito kaganda yung branding ng organization namin. So it also boils down with the internal policies, no? Importante na maayos ang internal policies natin, and natin din yung mga employees natin. We take care of our employees. HR action is now to deliver on the employee promise. So kung ano yung na-promise natin sa mga employee during the onboarding, ito yung may experience na sa organization, importante na napoprovide natin siya sa mga employees natin. We have to be transparent and fair in terms of our HR policies, because it will become a strategic asset sa bagong landscape, no? Companies will have to go beyond yung aligning ng regulatory requirements and actively yung ma-manage yung public expectations, ma-communicate clearly at ma-deliver yung promise sa employees. So, by building a culture where disagreements can be expressed and swiftly resolved inside the organization rather than outside is a very essential part of this trend. So, importante no na as HR, we can be proactive on how we can ensure na yung mga rants, yung mga nararamdaman mo ng mga employees, ma-address natin inside para hindi na siya makalabas. No? It can cause more damage, not only to the HR, but to the entire organization. Okay. So, we are done no, with the first two theme. So let's go to the last theme of this presentation. So yung third theme is HR as a force for good. Yan. So with that, HR is now stepping up to lead transformative changes. So ito na, we are now leaders of transformative changes that can benefit yung organizations and of course the employees. So this year, this coming year, 2024, HR will be at the forefront of positive change. Mas magiging positive change yung may add na value ng HR practitioners. So, one of these changes is generative artificial intelligence. No, yung GAI na pinag-usapan natin kanina. It actually improves yung productivity ng mga employees, yung output ng company, but of course, it also promises to impact the meaning we derive from our job. Not every job actually can provide yung same degree of meaning for the job holder. So iba-iba tayo no, yung very subjective kasi to, yung meaning ng job sa atin. So we should work to prevent jobs from being entirely meaningless. So ngayon yung shift na is yung shift na to or yung trend na to, it will give an HR an opportunity to drive business trends or to drive business results through better employee practices. So yung mga practices na natin will provide ng promise for a hopeful vision for 2024. Wherein yung HR, they drive business results through smarter people policies as it becomes a catalyst for critical changes in world. So ito yung yung last na natin na trend natin. So for this, no, we are revolutionizing with HR. So we are being empowered by AI for this workforce evolution. Ngayon nga, yung paggamit ng ChatGPT, malaki yung impact niya, as mentioned, sa workforce sa 2020 this year. So moving forward, mas malaki pa because mas ini-enhance pa nila yung yung AI. While with the lines between human tasks and machine functions blurring, no, a holistic approach to AR in the workforce will become crucial for sustained business growth. So, ano yung impact nito? So, may end nga ba natin yung low performance? So, na-highlight natin kanina na yung GAI, it helps increase yung efficiency, yung quality ng work sa task, and mostly, ma-reduce natin yung onboarding time. So with this trend, yung GAI becomes more advanced. It equates to every employee having a highly intelligent AI peer helping them with their work. So this will not benefit the high-performing workers as much as it will dun sa low-performing employees. They can now rely sa AI to make their work decisions, no? Be at least as good as the AR they work with. So ano yung action natin dito as HR? So yung rise ng technology, self-efficacy, and leading by examples. So since yung organizations, they are now increasingly adopting yung custom version ng ChatGPT, like yung tools na magagaranti ng data protection. So yung organizations ngayon, they are now communicating policies on how employees can safely and ethically use yung mga AI. So as HR, no, as a department, we have to go beyond generative AI policy creation and assume a critical role in building technology self-efficacy among employees. So ibig sabihin, we have to change the perception and mindset around GAI. We have to encourage yung experimentation with these technologies. Hindi naman siya masama eh. It can help us. Basta gagamitin lang natin siya ng tama. We can remove also yung barriers using these tools in the organization and day-to-day work and putting safeguards in place that are needed for emerging technologies. Yan. So in this era no na rapid yung digital evolution, yung HR departments are now the forefront to ensure not just by compliance no but also shaping an AI empowered workforce. So may twofolds na mandate sa HR in 2024 which is embrace technological advancement to enable an AI-empowered workforce while upholding, of course, yung ethical standards and regulations. So it's now up to HR department on how can they guide the organization through this territory and to strike a balance between innovation and integrity. Of course, when done well, pag ginamit naman siya na maayos, yung AI will surely add impact and meaning to work by, of course, increasing yung work efficiency and quality. So ma-automate natin yung mga repetitive tasks, no? As a result, may empower natin yung mga employees. They can also focus on a more strategic role, mas creative, mas interpersonal aspect ng kanilang roles. Next is mastering work-life fit. So before no, yung usong-uso talaga is work-life balance. So now from work-life balance, we are now shifting to work-life fit. No, sa work-life balance, we want to balance no yung work and life, but technically and the truth is hindi naman kasi talaga siya possible na mag-balance. So we'll now gear towards work-life fit. So yung because of the pandemic no, we have rip yung bandage ng strained relationship with work, revealing yung stress natin and imbalances and sa professional lives natin. So, because of the pandemic also, nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag na great resignation. Tapos meron na rin tayong mga terms na ginagamit na such as quiet quitting, yung mga ganun, na yung productivity nga ng mga employees is being affected. No, yung ano din nila, yung engagement nila sa organization. So, very important yung contribution ngayon ng HR on how we can provide work-life fit to the employees. So isa kasi ito sa biggest challenge ng organization, no? Yung different people, they want different things from work. Iba-iba kasi yung motivation, iba-iba din kasi yung needs ng mga organization, ng mga employees natin. So we cannot impose na ito yung activities lang to have work-life balance. So we are now seeing na mag-shift tayo from work-life balance to work-life fit. As we can see na yung both employees and organizations, we have to evaluate their changing preferences and relationships with work. So ibig sabihin, hindi na lang siya basta program for employees na, mag-zumba kayo after work, gawin niyo tong activity na to after work. But we will move beyond yung constant balancing na ginagawa natin sa work and life into integration ng work-life na nagli-lead sa mutual benefit and success ng organization and of course ng employees. Kasi by looking into it, success looks differently for different people. So may trade-off siya na titignan natin ano ba yung trade-off na willing yung tao na gawin. No? So example, kung yung isang tao, yung motivation niya is for career progression, magkaroon ng mas mataas na sahod, ayun yung mas importante sa kanila. So, most likely, their priority is to work in the context ng broader life decisions nila and would be willing to accept this trade-off. Mas work ako kaysa ako mas life. Yung iba naman, they would pursue yung interest nila outside work. So, ibig sabihin, willing sila na i-give up yung mas malaking pay progression or 40 work week for flexibility. So with that, as HR, we are now balancing yung flexibility expectations and legalities. So paano natin ito magagawa? We can do this by facilitating yung better relationship with work by redefining ano ba yung employee value proposition. So sa work-life fit kasi, ang inaano lang nila dito is every individual, iba-iba kasi sila ng gusto, no? Ng motivation. So yung programs that we can do is not just for the general organization but can be streamlined according to the preferences of the employees. Ayan. So ano ba yung mas gusto ng employees nyo? 4-day work week ba or they want to work remotely? So or hybrid ba? Yeah. So we can now provide this not just for the entire organization, pero pwedeng mamili yung mga employees. Meron silang preference. Ako, mas gusto ko ng work week. Mas gusto ko ng mayroong hybrid setting. So, what works well with the uh, employees, no? Of course, this will be a work for HR. But if this is managed well, yung work-life fit can create a renewed relationship with work. So, one that sees work as a valuable contributor towards human flourishing as opposed to something that has been done to survive. So, kailangan lang siya ma-manage, no? As HR practitioner. So next is eliminating meaningless roles. So about mga 10 years ago, no, si David Graeber, inintroduce niya socially yung yung mga socially useless, and for him, yung tinatawag niya na BS or bullshit jobs. So according to him, no, merong mga specific jobs na meaningless naman siya. And according nga sa research, 30% or 37% ng mga British na working adults, they believe na yung job nila is not making a meaningful contribution to the world. So, based also to another research, no, to another study, out of 47 countries, they find out na 17% ng workers, they are still doubtful about their job, kung useful ba yung job nila dun sa organization. And even more, sa isang study sa US, may report na 19% kinoconsider na yung jobs nila really are socially useless. What's more, ngayon na yung technology development, nai-impact na rin yung job content tsaka skill na kailangan para mas maging successful na ma-carry out yung mga required tasks. With 83 million jobs na na-project na mawawala and 69 million jobs yung bagong makakreate. So HR should now look into it that the jobs that they design is more meaningful to match yung employees' strengths and to become crucial to maintaining a competitive edge in an evolving market. So now, ang direction natin is to create better jobs, which has better jobs equal better performance. The more na yung jobs ay meaningful for the employee, the more na magpe-perform sila. Because feeling na yung one does that meaningless work, yung isang tao is doing a meaningless work, of course, it will impact dun sa well-being, sa leadership, sa absence ng teamwork, even sa lack ng meaning ng work, no? So, by providing meaning, by adding a meaning to the job of the employees, this will not only reduce yung turnover, but this will provide job satisfaction, productivity, and engagement. So, with that, with that changing employee expectations, we can now go back, to our agenda na matanggal yung mga BS jobs, but create yung unique position na to create a job na mas meaningful for the employees. So how are we going to do that? How can HR fight these BS jobs? So first is, of course, kailangan ma-acknowledge muna ng HR practitioners na guilty tayo that we have created jobs na hindi talaga meaningful. Lalo na yung mga traditional job design na ginawa natin before, sometimes we just consider na ika-cluster lang yung task, yung mga activities, yung skills, without giving attention to whether kung yung clustering ba ng activities na to will be meaningful for the individual to perform the role or this should be changed. So yung circumstances din ng ginagawa yung work, so this should also be considered. And of course, yung ma-customize yung job to the person. The reality is that for some employees, a job is just a way to make money while they are achieving their personal ambitions outside work. But not everyone wants to have extra training or be exposed to new opportunities and advancement. Some employees may even see na that yung something can distract from their ability to engage with matters in their personal life. So that is fine too. And we just have to stress yung importance ng high quality management practice and work-life fit. So ngayon, as HR practitioner, come 2024, we have to really look into the jobs that we are offering the people. Is this something that can provide honor or may pride ba yung mga employees to be on that specific job? Hindi yung na-create lang natin yung job, but it has to have a meaning to the employees. And this can also help them to be more productive in the organization. And lastly is diversifying talent access. So from talent acquisition, we acquire talents, we are looking at the best talents in the market. We are looking the best talents externally. Now we are now gearing towards having talent access. No? Because of the tight labor market, we are now shifting away from talent acquisition. We acquire talents outside into progression and promotion within the organization. So how can we are now attempting to bridge yung talent gap by, of course, competing yung external talent natin. Sometimes we compete this for external talent, leaves organizations at the mercy of the labor market. So we have to take a more proactive and sustainable approach that in that way, it creates access to talent that will be imperative in 2024. So based dun sa mga research nila, according to Gallup actually, yung top things na hinahanap ng mga millennials when they are applying for jobs are opportunities to learn and grow, interests sa type ng work, tsaka opportunities for advancements. So yung organizations should provide in improving talent progression and promotion process as their key business process para mas ma-increase yung availability ng talent, making it one of the most important trends of HR in 2024. So, ngayon, instead of creating magkakaroon tayo ng vast na talent pools to manage external talents, we will now increase building internal talent pools. We are now proactively identifying and developing transferable skills. Okay? So as HR, we have to create access to talent. Mas maganda na ang pinoprovide natin sa mga employees natin internally ay career development, not just for them to promote mobility, internal mobility, but we should go beyond merely moving employees internally. Instead, aiming to create access to skills that the organizations need. So, just in case may kailangan na tao sa organization, easily ma-access natin within the organization. And yung technology also will play a role in supporting itong internal talent natin, yung access to internal talent. So, from identifying yung mga transferable skills to creating internal talent marketplace, yung mga digital platforms, they can now match candidates' roles to based on skill sets, aspirations, and potential, thereby democratizing access sa opportunities. In this way of managing talents, yung access sa talents, we are less about acquiring the talent. Hindi na tayo nag-acquire ng talent to fill the gaps. But more on, we are now identifying, unlocking, and nurturing the potential from within. So, as summary, so this 2024 really stands for transformative year for HR, wherein yung influence natin will extend beyond dun sa traditional scope ng function natin. So I hope that these HR trends, as they unfold, they will not only address our immediate organizational needs, but will also lay the groundwork for a sustainable future. So I have to embrace itong mga changes na to, and this will empower our HR to create yung work environment wherein our employees thrive and of course business achieves what they've set out to do. So however, while itong challenges nga to medyo malaki, sobrang lawak, pero there is a potential reward naman na naghihintay for organizations, workers, and of course sa society. Ayan. So I hope HR will guide organizations to new heights of excellence in 2024 and ma-maximize natin yung opportunity na pine-present ng world. And it's time for us HR practitioners to rise and shine in this new era of work. Yan, maraming salamat po sa nagstay at nakinig sa ating topic for this uh, afternoon.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Mike. Mike, I think you have a video that you would like to present,
Yes,
right? Sige, sige.
yes.
Let's watch about the video. Let's show the video first, and then maybe we can proceed on Q&A.
All
Okay, thank
right.
you very much for that. Now, Mike, siguro I'll start with the first question, then
All right.
I'll give it
Sige
to
po.
Mentor Tina. Mike, kasi your topic is transformative HR. So we've discussed earlier that, of course, from traditional to transactional to strategic, and now the pathway of HR should be transformational. But how can HR people be able to get the buy-in of their CEOs, their general managers, their CFOs on programs that are transformational by nature. Kasi pag sinabi transformational, ano yan mas marami kang CSR activities,
Yeah.
marami kang activities that would really affect the community, the environment. And mostly dyan, nakatuon ka sa ESGs, right? So, kasi you're transforming not only the company, not only the brand, but really how the brand, the company affects the whole community. So, and it would be costly for the company, lalo na kung small and medium enterprise. So, how would you uh, convince, or how would you tell your HR professionals to convince their CEOs to invest on transformational HR projects? Ano yung ROI nito sa kanila?
All right. So for the paano ba nila ma-convince no yung mga CEO and yung top level na management? Kasi when we say transformative na HR, we are now providing change no sa organization, and it will be yung effect niya will not only be in the organization but also in the community. And this will provide yung opportunity na mas makilala yung organization by doing yung mga initiatives niya for transformation. So by telling the CEO na ito yung mga ito yung result niya, in the long run this will have more positive impact to the organization, to our employees, for them to stay in the organization, for them to be more productive in our organization. And then yung ROI kasi mahirap no, na pagka yung natin yung attrition mataas kasi hindi natin naaalagaan yung mga employees kasi wala tayong initiative na nagagawa or mga programs na nagagawa to really value our employees, then it would be costly. Pero when employees see that the organization is really taking care of them, may mga initiatives that can really provide uh, something to their welfare, na hindi lang tinitignan sila as employees but they are being seen as part of the organization, as really the best resource in the organization.
Pero
Then,
Mike, di ba transformative really
mm,
external, madalas yan eh.
yes,
Your initiatives and programs are externally affecting your clients and your stakeholders, not
mm,
primarily your employees eh. Kasi
yes.
kaya nga transformation, kasi you're transforming your ecosystem. Not really the company, but your ecosystem. So, how would papaano ko sabihin sa general manager ko, sa CFO ko, o sa president ko na we need to invest on this CSR project or this ESG project kasi transformational siya. Magiging maganda yung branding natin pag ginawa natin to. How will the company benefit? Aside from the branding, kasi ang branding, you have to quantify that. You have to put it
Mm,
into how will branding affect the overall performance, productivity of the employees in the organization. But how do you quantify na if I will invest on ESG projects or transformational projects that is not really related to my core products or my employees, how will it affect my company overall?
Since external nga siya, no, it can help not only the organization, but yung target natin is to help yung community, and by that, mas nakikilala yung organization. Itong organization na to is not only profit-driven, but they
Mhm.
also do something great for the community. And with that,
Okay.
ngayon currently yung mga tao, they are drawn to organizations who are helping others.
Okay.
They
Siguro
are
a perfect example of that is formerly the Lobes Group under ABS-CBN, di ba? They have this Bahay Kalinga, they have this programs that really build houses for indigenous people, for people who doesn't have their own house and whatnot. Yeah, I think because of that, yung branding nila is maganda na dapat pag nasa ABS-CBN ka or nasa Lopez Group of Companies ka, you're stable and sige. I think that would be fine. But Metartina, wearing the hat of a businesswoman, any questions for
Yeah.
Mike?
I was just listening to it and I feel that there's a lot of advocacies that are available globally at the moment, more than it we've ever had before. Like, pick your poison, right? Do you want to go into gender, into poverty, into housing, into, there's so many things, climate change, racial discrimination. So I think the most important thing for a company is to stay authentic. Eh.
yeah.
And a company is made out of the management, the line managers, and the employees, because you really need to pick an advocacy that works for the core of the company. Because, say, for example, if management will say, "Oh, I really want climate change," and then the employees are like, "I don't care about climate change, but I do care about poverty." But there's going to be a mismatch na we're spending so many resources on one advocacy, but it's not really sincere for the entire organization. And there might not be a lot of impact if people are not committed to that advocacy. Kasi if this year, climate change tayo, next year, doon naman tayo sa iba, then there's no consistency. Yung bahay kalinga na yan, ilang taon yan, Coach Dar? 'Di ba? Parang, has it
Mm.
been decades? Has it been
Decades,
Yeah.
decades.
decades, right? Yung si ABS-CBN before, yung maghuhulog ka ng pera, that's also been there for years and years and
Mhm.
years. And
Yeah, like for example, Bantay Bata is also
Bantay
with them,
Bata,
with Bantay
yeah, has
Bata.
been there. 'Di ba? And you have to, if you're gonna do it, it cannot be half-assed, because if konti lang, this year lang, ganito ka, it won't make so much of an impact eh. 'Di ba? So,
Mm.
parang how do you, I guess, like, how do you balance that? Kasi sobrang, lalo na for many companies in the Philippines, small to medium-sized enterprises, not a lot of money. Siguro 50,000 a year, 100. They can't support so many advocacies.
Mhm. Yeah.
How do you help pick the
Mhm. Yeah.
advocacy that works for that company? Because there's 1,000, diba,
Yeah.
pipiliin
Yeah.
tayo. What is your suggestion?
I would bank on what you have said a while ago, that it really requires yung authenticity. Since there are really a lot of options, so how can they pick something that is really true to the organization? That is something that they are living for. Like, it has to be connected with their vision, their mission, and their values. Ano ba talaga yung value ng organization? Ano ba yung something that they can support? And that is something sustainable. Kasi baka nga, pagka nag-try tayo ng sobrang laki agad for this year, hindi na natin siya masustain. So we have to take into consideration nga yung ano ba talaga tayo, who are we as as an organization? What do we really believe in? What do we value? And ano ba yung budget natin for that?
Well, you showed us a presentation a while ago for SunFish Workplace, right? And you said it is AI. Is there a way now for programs like Sunfish Workplace to actually parang tap on the workforce and to get a gist of what the workforce wants? 'Di ba? Kasi usually sa atin magpo-polling tayo eh, 'di ba? HR would do a climate change, poverty, si ganito. That was the olden ways eh. Pero that's not also being proactive. It's the HR telling people just pick from A to E. How can AI and how can technology actually get yung ihip ng hangin na mas more sincere and authentic? Is there a way there, or we're still going there? We haven't reached there yet.
As of the moment, though, wala pa tayo talaga dun sa point na yun. But we're getting there. So as workplace, as a system, as an HRIS, actually, we also have that polling. We can use the system where employees can vote what they want. There can also be poll. There can also be suggestions, no, in the system itself. So ang ano na lang doon is mas madaling makakapag ng report, ma-generate yung report based on the perspective of the employees. And also, we have this kasi mobile device din, mobile app wherein employees can also post. So parang nagiging na rin namin platform, social media platform yung namin, yung system namin where we can post ano ba yung mga namin, mga ginagawa namin, ano ba yung sinusupport namin mga advocacies. So, employees can also share their interests in the platform.
So it's a reminder lang for everyone that the HRIS systems can help in collecting all the data, but the HR still has to double check with the employees per se, like parang set up parang clusters or groups just to ask what they really, really think. Kasi sometimes when we do polling, yung pinaka-maingay, yung pinaka-passionate, yung pinaka-gusto talagang gawin to na ilagay lahat ng resources ng company dito because it's so personal to them, yun yung nananalo. When in fact, napaka-niche lang niya. Siya lang ang may gusto. Pero siya lang yung pinaka talagang nagpo-push. Kaya yung advocacy niya, yun pa yung nauuna to the detriment of iba. Coach, diba, Coach Darwin, go.
Yeah, I have a controversial question to you, Mike. Kasi investing on an HR management system is costly. That's the truth, diba?
Yes.
Not all companies, especially small and medium enterprises, can actually invest on an HR management system. Yung last kong nilaunch sa HR management system sa company ko, it cost $5 billion. So, but we are actually hearing a lot of issues then coming from the general HR public about issues about using HR management system. Kasi HR management system should be a tool that can make life easier for HR and for employees. Pero ang dami-dami pa rin mga gaps na nangyayari or na nababalitaan. And most recently nga, may isang HR management system na talagang nakapag-dent ng tiwala ng mga HR. I won't mention the brand, but this particular brand has been accused of stealing more than $5 million of worth of payroll of people, employees, and it create shock waves of fear for all employers,
Yeah.
especially those of SMEs. Kasi yung client ng particular brand na to, puro mga small companies, Tina, puro mga small and medium enterprises, hindi naman yung mga large companies eh. Kasi mura lang sila, so pwede silang makuha kaagad. Mga coffee shop, mga tindahan, pwede silang magamit. But because of what happened, it created fear of investing in HR management system. What is your thoughts on this, Mike?
Yeah. Siguro ako, I will be speaking for myself only. No? We can say na there is really no perfect system. Wala naman talagang perfect eh. There are still a lot to be improved in the system. However, no, they have to really find a more reliable provider for the system. Siguro what's good about na lang din, since napag-uusapan naman siguro, what's good about our organization is that we cater small to enterprise, not to larger enterprise. So we have workplace for larger organizations. For smaller organizations, we are providing Great Day as an application, and it is very cheap in the industry. Actually, just to tell everyone, it's only 70 pesos per license. So, very affordable, very cheap, but they can utilize the platform effectively and efficiently. So, hindi sila manghihinayang na mag-invest doon sa sa platform namin kasi wala silang talo. Dahil for 70 pesos per license, really.
Per license, pag sa ibang per license, per employee.
Yes.
Per employee.
Yes, per employee.
I think the scary part of investing in HRIS usually is like pag gagawa ka ng bahay and kausap mo yung contractor. So usually you come into an agreement and then there is a down payment. Pero once na down payment ka, the expectation kasi is the provider will provide up until the completion of the project. Kasi pag hindi na complete yung project, yung pera mo mapupunta sa ibang tao. Pero parang sometimes it's a bit unfair kasi 'di ba yung sa contractor may nakasulat na penalty. Pero pag umalis na yung contractor, hindi mo na siya makita, hindi nag-aawol na. Hindi ang hirap mapabayad yung penalty. Do you think like that's very difficult? I think that's a difference in the Philippines kasi people are not used to reliable contractors. Like in the US kasi, because of social security, diba, they have a national way of identifying and there's credit scores. So you can't really travel, you can't if there's a case against you here in the Philippines kasi parang madaling mawala yung tao. And then like go to Davao or go in some other place to hide. I mean, do you think, Mike, like how can we improve the trust and reliability for not just for you but for everyone?
Yeah.
Kasi kawawa talaga yung nagbigay ng pera.
Yes. Actually, what's good about SunFish and Great Day is that we have post-sales. Na after ng sales, there is a support pa rin. After ma-implement ng system, nag-go live na, meron pa rin silang support that they can help the issues that are being faced by our clients. Na hindi sila iiwan na pagkabili kayo na bahala na kayo, hindi. Pero we have people who manages the account. So we have account managers per account. So they are handling, they are sure na hindi sila iiwan sa ere ng SunFish. I think, I guess it's a good practice din for companies with the same industry. They have to provide support pa din sa mga clients nila after na makapagbenta na. So, para maano natin na yung trust talaga nandun. And what's good about this is that Filipinos pa rin. Sa organization namin, Filipinos yung account managers.
Okay. Mike, we're almost near the hour. May question pa rito. Ano po sa dalawa kailangan i-prioritize ng HR pagdating sa upskilling of workforce, AI, or soft skills?
Depende
AI
sa
or soft skills ang kailangan i-prioritize daw. Diba?
Parang dalawa lang no? Parang dapat
Parang marami.
Kasi sa needs
Una
ng
behavior.
Correct. Depende sa
Pero
needs ng organization. And
with AI, kasi 'di ba that's the buzzword of
Hmm.
2023 because of ChatGPT, and you have AI in your program, so you're much more adept in the usage of AI than most
yes,
of us, right? Because we use it
hopefully.
only for ChatGPT, di ba? Like, I think it's very parang not everyone has really touched on the power of AI, but you're using it. Like for you, what is the most one some of the most im- impactful thing that AI has done for the Philippine HR community that we don't know yet, that we have not discovered yet, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Kasi hanggang ChatGPT lang kami, step one. Pero baka meron kang alam with the implementation of AI that would help us even more. Ay, ganun pala. Would you know of any way para ma-step up namin yung game namin beyond ChatGPT?
In terms of AI usage, no, actually itong AI integration namin with the system
Yes, correct.
was just
Like, what does
launched.
AI do?
Was
Hmm.
just launched parang few weeks ago. But in terms of the usage of AI, there is ATS in the system, application tracking system, wherein we can match now. We can select the best applicant for a specific position. Like pag nakikita nyo sa mga LinkedIn or yung job street, meron na tayong match eh. Diba? Parang 80% match ka dun sa ano. So by using the system, we can now easily identify sino may mga potential na pwede nating i-hire kasi match sila dun sa need ng organization with their skills. So we
So
can
they can
utilize that.
rank the applicant. So you
Yes.
have 300 applicants. Kasi 'di ba sa other job portals, they do it per date of application eh.
Yes.
So with AI, they can match the one who hits your target
Correct.
more. Job description, education,
Skills.
field, relevant experience, and then put the most relevant to the top of the list. So you can go from the pinaka-suited pababa to set them
Yes.
up for interview. Is that correct?
Correct. That's possible.
Mm. Pero yung salary, 'di ba? Kasi minsan qualified pero sobrang taas ng salary. That's more
Ayun,
up.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mike, yung sa experience ko dyan, maski sa international HRS management system or either cloud-based or server-based, ang dami pa din mga bugs sa kailangan i-adjust, ang dami pa din mga errors na lumalabas, at minsan kailangan mo i-customize per module. Is that something that uh, who is doing that from the end of SunFish? Is it the account managers or is there a meeting prior? Kumbaga, magmi-meeting ba muna kayo with the client para alamin kung ano ba talaga yung mga need ng client? Tapos sa kanya tailor fit yung need nila sa system nyo.
Yes, actually that's the process. No, we have assessment phase muna. So we get to know the needs of the clients. So ano ba talaga yung needs nila, ano yung policy nila, tapos kung paano sila mag-take effect dun sa system. So if it's not possible, no, we can customize naman based dun sa needs and policies ng organization. So it's something that
Okay.
Sunfish can do.
Okay, Mike, we only have 5 minutes. We'll give you the floor for your last words. Please invite our audience with regards to any activities that you have. How can they reach out to you? How can they know more about Sunfish or any programs that you have personally that you would like to invite our audience? And
Thank
then
you,
after
Coach
you,
Darwin.
mentor Tina, and I'll close
Yeah.
the program.
Right. Thank you, Coach Darwin and Coach Tina, for the time you allowed me to speak here in HR Cafe. But
And
for
thank
the
you
for
for
our
supporting the HR Summit, the Philippine HR Summit last September. I hope that we can get you guys till next summit next year.
Sure. Yan. For those people who are here, no, for you to experience ano ba yung system namin, how is Sunfish, and ano ba yung capabilities ng Sunfish, you can use this link and QR code, no, para makapag set tayo ng appointment or ano tayo ng demo, no, na kasi yung Sunfish is actually an end-to-end platform from 201 file ng employees. Meron kaming core module na tinatawag the career transition, the employee information, um, the organizational structure, no? Tapos timekeeping, payroll, loan reimbursement, and then we also have the strategic module for training, recruitment, and performance. So we also provide din yung, kung gusto lang nila ng payroll services, we have MPS, no? Managed Payroll Services. So you can contact us through this link kung interested kayo. Something na we can guarantee you is we can personalize, we can customize din yung needs ng organization. And of course, Filipino, kasi parang nakaano na siya for Filipino users yung namin, yung system namin. So I hope you'll grab this opportunity, no, to get to know us more. And for training, no, if ever you need soft skills training, leadership training, or yung mga facilitation ng team buildings, you can contact me. And I can also provide din yung mga gusto ng actually minsan nagpo-provide ako ng free na review for civil service. So kung meron lang interested to have a review, no, just contact us. No, contact me lang sa Facebook, Mike Cantos. Yan, para
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Mike, and thank you, SunFish Workforce, for being a part of our sponsorship last Philippine HR Group HR Summit 2023. Tina, last words from me about our topic for today.
When I was listening to Sir Mike's presentation, I think it's a checklist for a lot of the viewers to observe, to actually list down all the things that he said, all the trends that he said, and do a little bit more research on the different trends, topics, and advocacies. Because what Mike just said is the headline, the tip of the iceberg. And that's the thing that global HR is concerned of at the moment. In the Philippines, we're worried about inflation, we're worried about the holidays, we're worried about the government. But globally, beyond the Philippines, a lot of people are worried about this. And if you want to be international, if you want to even work for an international multinational in the future, I think it's important for us to do the change today and be aware of what these trends are beyond even parang believing it first. Actually find out what they are. What is climate change? Diba? What do you mean when you say climate change? Diba? Where does it really affect? What causes climate change? Like you have to know about that because it's so hard for us to talk intelligently if you know zero about it beyond climate change. You cannot be a manager. Okay, you can be an HR manager, but it's hard for you to work and be alongside international or high level officers in a business that does international work if you cannot talk intelligently about these subjects. So I know everyone here is very good in HR and can do all the transactional administrative day-to-day tasks. But if you don't know what Sir Mike has talked about a while ago, you have to really like sit down and learn that because you might learn so much about labor engagement, you might learn so much about how to compute, but if you know nothing about what's going on elsewhere, you are not competitive and people cannot respect you. In other words, magaling ka nga sa trabaho mo sa loob ng organisasyon mo, pero alam ng tao magaling ka kasi araw-araw mo siyang ginagawa for maraming taon. Pero pag hindi mo alam kung ano nangyayari sa labas at kung anong mangyayari sa 2024, 2025, all these different trends, it's so hard for you to get the respect of other, even more HR practitioners who are not who is not working in the same field as you, who is not who is in a different country as you, who is in a different company as you. And you need to be balanced with that. Alright? Thank you, Coach Darwin.
Yes, thank you for that, Tina. Yung yung usapan natin kanina, transformative HR is really the next phase of how HR leaders should go. Coming from transactional to strategic, now we're transformative. Transformative kasi we're not only transforming our organizations, our teams, but we are transforming the community, the environment. So transformative HR is really more of a holistic approach to human resource management that focuses on aligning people, strategy, processes, technology, and of course, achieving business goals. So it is a proactive approach that seeks to anticipate and adapt change rather than nagre-react ka lang. Kumbaga, katulad ng nangyari pandemic, most of the people are just reacting and planning for it. But if you have a more international concept, dapat alam mo kagad ano ba yung mga best practices na ginagawa sa ibang company, sa ibang bansa. Now, transformative HR helps to attract, retain, develop talents. It also helps organization to improve performance of their employees. It helps to build brand. It helps to drive organizational change. But primarily, transformative HR, it's an essential strategy for people in the organization to be more involved outside their companies and be involved in the community. We have to remember that human resource is really investing on people, and not only on our people, but people who can be future employees, who are clients, or our stakeholders. So that's it, and we would like to thanks everyone sa patuloy niyo po pagsuporta sa HR Cafe. Maraming salamat po. Magkita-kita po tayo ulit next week, Sunday, same time, 3 p.m. for another session of the HR Cafe. Usapang trabaho, buhay di ba pa. Thanks everyone. God bless. Happy Sunday.